Okay, so we start problem 8.5. There are two parts. We'll do both parts in the same video. 8.5a. So this is an expression 6x squared minus 4x minus 2 equals 0. Now you have to factorize the polynomial on the left side of the equation, but this is a little bit different. Previously we have done polynomial factorization where there was nothing in front of x squared. So we're just focusing on the term without any x. Now we have to focus on 6 and also minus 2. So we have to break minus 4 into two parts such that the product of those two parts is equal to the product of 6 and minus 2. So 6 and minus 2, the product is going to come out from the two parts of minus 4. So let's write it down. 6 times minus 2 is minus 12. So minus 4 can be broken into two parts, and we're going to use these two factors, 6 and 2, as minus 6x and plus 2x, which will give you minus 4x, and you can see that minus 6 and 2 is resulting in minus 12. The product is resulting in minus 12. So let's use that, or six x squared minus 6x plus 2x minus 2 equals 0. Or we'll take 6x common from the first two terms. 6x times x minus 1 and 2 common, plus 2 times x minus 1 equals 0. Now from the first part and the second part, x minus 1 is common. So let's take it out. X minus 1 is 6x plus 2 equals 0. Now you can further simplify it by taking the factor 2 out of the second bracketed term. So let's write, or two times x minus 1 times 3x plus 1 is greater than or equals 0. Now 2 is of course not 0, so that means that either x minus 1 is 0 or the term 3x plus 1 is 0. So you can write, therefore x minus 1 equals 0, which means x equals 1, or 3x plus 1 equals 0, which means x equals minus 1/3. Now you should, so x equals 1 and x equals minus 1/3, these are the two solutions, which means that if you put x equals 1 and x equals minus 1/3, you should get 0. Let's do that. Let's take x equals 1. That will give you 6 minus 4 minus 2. So 6 minus 4 minus 2 is 0. And we can do the same with minus 1/3. Let's write it down. It's easier to write it down because it's a fraction. 6 times 1/3 square minus 1/3 square minus 4 times minus 1/3 minus 2 equals, now minus 1/3 square is 1/9, so 6 over 9, which is 2 over 3, plus 4 over 3 minus 2. 2 over 3 and 4 over 3 is 6 over 3. Over 3 minus 2, and you can cancel the factor 3 from top and bottom. That will result in 2 over 1. So it is 2 over 1 minus 2, which we know is 0. So this checks out. So both 1 and minus 1/3 will give you the expression 0. So those are the legitimate solutions for these two equations, or for these two, from these two factors. So let's write it down. X equals minus 1/3. We write the lower solution first, and then 1. So these are the two solutions. So let's go over to part B. Part B has the same expression. Six x squared minus 4x minus 2, and this time it is greater than 0. Just like before, we will factorize the left side, the polynomial. Let me write the problem number. 5b. So we write factorizing the polynomial expression on the left hand side, or LHS. We get, same as before, 2 times x plus 1, sorry, x minus 1 times 3x plus 1. And we know that this is greater than 0. Now we know that 2 is greater than 0, so we should write, or x plus, it is basically like dividing both sides by 2, so you should get x minus 1 times 3x plus 1 greater than 0. So here, if two factors are multiplied and they are greater than 0, it means that one of the factors cannot be negative, the other factor cannot be positive. It has to be that both factors are positive or both factors are negative. So that gives you two cases. So let's split the space for each of the cases. So case 1, and on the right side we will have case 2. So case 1 is when both factors are positive, or x plus 1, or sorry, x minus 1 and 3x plus 1 both are positive. So from the first one we get x minus 1 greater than 0 gives you x greater than 1 and x greater than minus 1/3 from this factor. Okay, so x greater than 1 and x greater than minus 1/3 together, if it has to be together, then it basically implies that x is greater than 1, because x greater than 1 satisfies both those inequalities. Okay, so that is one solution that comes out from case 1. And then we go to case 2. In case 2, x minus 1 and 3x plus 1 are both negative, less than 0. Or, write or here as well, or x is less than 1 and x is less than minus 1/3. Now if you look at it, if they together have to be true, then it implies that x is less than minus 1/3. So this is, so x less than 1 will happen when x is less than 1/3. So this is the other solution. So let's write the solutions. The solution is any x which is greater than 1 or any x which is less than negative 1/3. Now they cannot happen together, but of course they will happen individually, and that will make the solution or the expression greater than 0. So let's do a number line. That's the best way to represent these type of solutions. So locate 0 in the middle and we'll put arrows to indicate that the number line is extended to positive and negative infinity. So we have 1 here, let's say, and minus 1/3 here. So from x greater than 1, we should have this region, solution lying in this region. Let's hash it out, dot 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 up to infinity. And for less than 1, minus 1/3, it will be on this side. But they are not including that minus 1/3 point and the point which is 1. They're not including those. So it is just beyond 1 and beyond minus 1/3 on the other side. So you can pick a solution and see if this makes sense. So let's try x equals 1, or let's try a number which is, for example, s equal to 2, which is on the hashed side of 1. So if x is 2, we put that equation in the equation, we put that in the polynomial. 6 times 2 square is 24, minus 4 times 2 is minus 8, so 24 minus 8 is 16, and then minus 2 is 14, and we know 14 is greater than 0, so it does make sense. So coming back to the number line, let's pick another number on the other side now. Let's pick minus 1 this time. So if I put minus 1, 6x squared becomes 6, and then minus 4 and minus 1 will make it 8, and sorry, minus 4 and minus 1 will make it plus 4, so 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 minus 2 is 8, and 8 is greater than 0, so it does make sense. So let's try 0 now. 0 is not a solution, so it should not make it positive. So 6 times 0 is 0, minus 4 times 0 is 0, and then we get finally minus 2 only. So we know that minus 2 is of course not greater than 0. In fact, it's less than 0. So that means that this inequality or inequation is not satisfied. So 0 is not a solution, which is what we found also. So I think it checks out, and you can take even more values just above 1 or just below minus 1/3, and then see if that works out also.